Okay, Dan. Hey, wanted to say thank you for taking the time to be here with us today. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries, man.
No, great. Hey, to give some people some context here, can you explain where you started before Nutri-90 and where you're at today?
Yeah, so I just recently moved to China, and when I got here, anytime you move somewhere new, you kind of, while you're trying to figure things out, you kind of end up going with a lot of the easier routes for a lot of things. And so I was eating a lot of takeout, going out and socializing quite a bit, meeting new people. And I just kind of got to this point where I was just feeling like really kind of unhealthy, and I was definitely putting on weight. Got up to about 185 pounds, which is the heaviest I've ever been, and just generally felt uncomfortable. And I had tried, I've never really tried programs before, but I've always just tried to like use what I thought I knew about nutrition and healthy eating and healthy lifestyles. Like I exercised all summer long. I walked to and from the gym. It was like a couple kilometers each way. Worked out for a couple hours, and I was getting in better shape, but I wasn't dropping any weight. So I was getting to this point where I was kind of frustrated and starting to just accept that like 185 pounds was going to be my new weight, and it just wasn't going to change because I thought I was doing the right things. And then I heard about the Nutri-90 program, and I saw that it has good results. So I thought I would finally maybe give a program a try. I was kind of skeptical because, like, you always see those commercials on TV. It's like, oh, I did this and it was so easy, but a lot of them don't have great success rates. So I was always kind of like hesitant to actually try. But yeah, I know a few people who had been on the program already, and they had great success and had great things to say. So I thought, might as well give it a shot.
Nice. And where are you at today? You said you started at 185, but
Yeah, so started at 185. I'm down to 170 now. I lost 15 pounds in the first 3 weeks for the RFL process, and then I've been able to maintain it for about 3 weeks now. Um, Mostly sticking to the meal plan that is recommended in Nutri-90. On the weekends, I'll admit I'll go off the plan a little bit and go out to dinner, go to a restaurant, maybe have a couple beers. So on the weekends, I might put on a pound or two, but then going back onto the program, following what you're supposed to, usually it drops off within the first day of being back on the plan or within 2 days at most. So yeah, I've been maintaining 170 pretty easily, honestly.
it's pretty powerful once you get that clarity, right?
Yeah, yeah, honestly, and that was the funniest thing was just what I thought was healthy eating was fairly healthy, but not entirely healthy. Like I was totally over on some food groups that I thought were part of different food groups, and just I didn't have the right balance of everything. And so the nice thing about the program was that it lays everything out for you really well. And Belldon does a really great job explaining why you need the balance and how being unbalanced affects your body.
Yeah.
So that the clarity that it provided, just like the knowledge that I thought I already knew, wasn't enough. So the extra bit of knowledge that he gives us with the program and just the structure and everything just made it super easy to follow.
Yeah, I think you've answered some of this, but just what was your overall experience within the Nutri-90 program?
The first couple of days were tough. I mean, going from I was never a big snacker, but going onto the plan, like there's some things that you have to change, obviously, because if you keep doing the same things, then you can't expect any different results. So there were some changes that had to be made, and anytime you make a change, I think it's going to be difficult at the start. But knowing that there was going to be hopefully a positive result at the end kind of kept me going through the first couple of days. And honestly, once I started the program, I started seeing results really quickly, like on average about a pound a day. Sometimes I would kind of plateau for a couple of days, but then I'd drop off a couple pounds the next time I weighed in. So seeing that steady progress was enough to keep me motivated to get through the first few days. And then, even within the first 3 weeks of RFL, there were days that were tougher than others, but seeing that progress and tracking that progress every day and looking back to, it was funny. There were days where I'd email Belldon. I'm like, man, I only dropped a pound yesterday. I thought I should have lost more. He's like, yeah, well, you're down 10 pounds in less than 2 weeks. So look at your overall progress.
Yeah.
So that was pretty powerful to keep me motivated. So yeah, it was an adjustment, and that's the thing. It's looking at what you're doing in your lifestyle and thinking, if you want things to change, you have to change other things. So like you can't just keep eating the way you are and having the kind of lifestyle you have with the activity that you're doing and expect changes without making changes yourself. I mean, it's not rocket science. It's just, it's funny that most people don't have, I don't know if they don't have the ability or it's just that people don't want to admit that to achieve a result, they have to make it sometimes a big change, sometimes an easy change. Like honestly, for me, like my diet hasn't changed that much from what I was eating anyway, other than I'm cooking at home more, not eating out as much. But what I'm eating changed a little bit, but not drastically. So it's not been a huge difference, but it was definitely an adjustment.
Yeah, I think it's those simple changes that you make together that really has that compound effect. So
Yeah. And like I say, just having Belldon kind of break down, it's like you're like 80% of the way there, but like this other 20% we gotta fix. So like I say, it wasn't a huge change for me, but it definitely was a change. And yeah, there were days that were not the easiest, but having a really good support network of other coworkers who were also on the program was really, really helpful, because there were days when like we all get kind of down on it, but then everyone around us was there to kind of help pick us back up and keep us on track. So that was good.
no, that's awesome that you guys have a group there. That's so cool. So cool.
Yeah, very helpful.
Yeah.
And if not, I mean, Belldon's made quite an online presence as well with all the other clients that he's had. So even if you don't have anyone you can speak to in person, there's the all the Facebook groups and like the blog and everything else where everyone is more than happy to help you out if you're having a tough day.
Awesome. Let me ask you, what has been the biggest takeaway after you've been in a Nutri-90 program?
Honestly, I think it was learning. I guess not learning. It was unlearning what I thought I learned. Taking kind of what the masses believe to be true and looking at it in a different way, and realizing that a lot of what people think they know about nutrition is not as true as they think it is. I mean, thinking about how your body works and learning about how your body actually absorbs food and then uses it to rebuild cells, versus looking at numbers on the back of a label talking about like how many calories it is. Well, that doesn't really tell you anything about how nutritious the food is, which is one of the biggest takeaways, was like looking at nutritional value versus any other number. Like all the other numbers don't really mean anything. You're just looking at what nutrients you're going to get for your body and how they're going to help you. So I think unlearning kind of what I thought I knew and then learning how the body actually works was the biggest takeaway for me, because now I look at everything in a different way. Like honestly, I'll walk through grocery stores sometimes and you go to the produce aisle, you go to the meat aisle, you get most of what you need, and all the other aisles I'm walking up and down them sometimes looking for something, and I'm kind of disgusted. Like, looking at the stuff that's there, I actually feel gross looking at it, because I know what's in it now, and I know that it's all crap that my body doesn't need.
Yeah, it's powerful, right? Once you get to that point.
Yeah, to say the least.
Awesome.
Especially when you realize how much of the stuff you're not supposed to eat is in the grocery store versus how much of the stuff you should be eating. Like the percentage of how much stuff is there that you shouldn't have in your body is much larger than the percentage of stuff you should actually be eating. So,
of course, right? Well, is there anything else you want to add today, Dan?
Honestly, I keep trying to think back to these like infomercials that you would see about these other eating plans, and there's always that guy who's like, oh, I tried it and I've had so much success. But honestly, like it is really easy. You do have to make some adjustments to your lifestyle if you expect to see changes, but it's not that tough. And honestly, like I've seen results. Everyone else that I know who's been on the program sees results. Belldon's awesome about replying to questions that you have in a super timely manner and giving you lots of information. So he's a great resource. It's not just a program that you sign up for and then it's up to you to keep going with it. There's a support network and everything like that. So honestly, I'm super happy I tried it. I've got more energy. I just feel better every day. And I don't know, I'm glad I took the chance to try it, because like I said, I thought I knew what I was doing and I had a lot of it, but not all of it. And the parts that I was missing were kind of big parts that now that I have that knowledge and have gained it from the program, it's made all the world a difference.
Dude, that's awesome. And it's been amazing to see your progress in the groups and stuff. So, hey, just keep it up, and can't wait for you to reach new limits with your health, man.
Yeah, next round of RFL starts in a week, so we'll see how it goes.
Awesome. All right, Dan, take care.
Thanks, man. See you later.
Bye.